Sundance Institute, it's mostly known for this, but it also hosts year-round labs for artists of various disciplines around the world. Most recently, the theater program packed up and shipped off to Morocco to establish an environment of creative engagement between American and Middle Eastern North African artists. Sundance sent a team to document the lab. Here's what they saw.
The Sundance Theater Labs are a program of the Sundance Institute which looks to establish environments where playwrights, directors, and other theater makers can come together and work on, experiment, and refine their visions for specific projects.
This year is profoundly different in that for the first time in 30 years, the theater program has moved the whole thing en masse to North Africa. I'm so proud of the fact that 40 American artists here now know somebody from Lebanon, from Morocco, from Iraq, and vice versa.
فأنا بالنسبة لي هاي التجربة لي إنه تجربة تعرف على كثير من الفنانين يعني يعطوني إلهام كثيراً يعني للمستقبل إنه ممكن أقدر أشتغل مع فنانين من خارج الوطن العربي يعني حتى من بلجيكا.
It was interesting to see how people started to observe each other in the beginning and how slowly we started to see friendship happening.
Being out of my conversationalist comfort zone, I think is always a positive thing and a provocative thing.
الشيء الثاني إنه طريقة التمارين عند يعني from United States الأمريكان أو العرب مختلفة أو الأوروبيين يعني completely different.
The Middle Eastern North African projects, mostly, there's no tables in any of their rooms. And in all the American rooms, there's a huge table that actors sit around. And it's a different way of working, and both of them have their benefits.
You know, I think every day is a challenge in a good way because there are people coming from different parts of the world who speak different languages, whose understanding of what theatrical process is different. So to me, that's really the plus. The challenge is the plus because every day you're trying to figure out how do we speak to each other from different cultures through different languages, and how do we speak with one voice.
There's something about realizing that people are making things in all sorts of really, really different ways that I feel like asks you to invest really fully in the way that you make a thing.
I was very surprised about the reactions of people yesterday after the performance. People came and said, we didn't understand a word, but we felt something which moves us from inside. I think it's a good thing.
يعني لما افتح نقاش مع شخص او مخرج مسرحي من امريكا عم يشتغل على مساله العنصريه بامريكا ومساله السود والبيض هي اشكاليات انا في اتواصل معها فكر فيها وبالتالي كمان اعكسها بالعلاقه مع السياق والمحيط والبيئه يلي انا عايش فيه كمان.
What I share as being an artist of color, I share a visceral and innate understanding of the disenfranchised, and yet the details of our journeys and our challenges are very different.
على عرض محله كتير شخصي يعني بس فبعتبر كتير انه بعتبر حالي كتير محظوظة انه انا موجودة بمساحة ومش مضطرة افكر بولا اي شيء تاني غير بهاي اللحظة بهيدا الوقت أنا قادرة أشتغل مع عالم بدي أشتغل معهم.
So I feel like what we do is we create an opportunity for the artist to craft something that will require the audience to lean forward.
I think being in community with people and artists who speak different languages, who have different thought processes, who come from different contexts, can only enhance your own artistic journey.
Because when you're in the audience and there's people of different ages and different races and different, cultures and different sexualities, that is part of the event. So you're all witnessing something together, and you can give each other permission to laugh. You can give each other permission to cry or be surprised, or you can see how this person is reacting and wondering why you're not.
I just find myself, and I see other artists find themselves cracked open by being in other places. I think, if anything, our work here is to push people to be larger than they imagine they can be.